Alrighty, with the new era upon us, Myths and Legends, we have, I don't know, 7 new characters that came out. I've done almost all of the kit reveals. All I have left at this point is this character, Jaxxon, and the Ronin. So now we're at Jaxxon. Jaxxon, I think, is that weird, Grinch / Easter Bunny looking thing that they have in the new, startup, the loading screen. So, I don't know who the F Jaxxon is supposed to be at all, how he's even Star Wars related. Granted, he is a myth and legend, so maybe there's some kind of goofy lore, backstory, or something as to what he's all about, but yeah, I know nothing about him. So, let's just get it and find out what's about this guy, at least kit-wise. So, we have, his name's Jaxxon, he's light side. He almost looks like he'd be neutral or something, just with that goofy getup, but okay, light side. He's an attacker, mercenary, scoundrel, and smuggler. Actually, let's just learn a little bit about him, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who has no idea who this Jaxxon guy is. So, his full name is Jaxxon T. Tumparaki. His nickname, I guess, is just plain old Jaxxon. He's a male Leppy smuggler, so I guess his species is a Leppy, a green rabbit. And anyways, he was the captain of the Rabbit's Foot. Okay, so he has a ship. I wonder if someday we'll be getting that ship in the game, too. He was an acquaintance of Han Solo, a fellow smuggler turned hero of the Rebel Alliance, whom he regarded as an inferior pilot. Wait, so what is this saying? Jaxxon viewed Han as an inferior pilot, or Han viewed Jaxxon as an inferior? If Han viewed Jaxxon this way, it makes sense, because Han is kind of smug, but if Jaxxon did, then that's kind of funny. Tumparaki was also worshipped as a deity by the Duloks from Endor after he intervened in a conflict between the Duloks and the Ewoks during a mission to the moon. Okay, another thing is, I don't know who the Duloks are, but sure. But that's kind of funny, too, that they see him as a deity, just like the Ewoks ended up seeing 3PO as a deity because of when Luke used the Force to make him float. Real quick, what the F are Duloks now? Are we gonna get a picture or anything? Okay. Duloks were an aggressive sentient species sent to the forest moon of Endor where they lived in swamps. And I guess they kinda look like what, yeah, a Dulok holding an Ewok hostage. So basically they kinda look like what Jax is, only slightly different, because he's a Leppy and these are Duloks. Alright. Anyways, I guess let's get back to that kit reveal. So, Jaxxon's basic is called Blasters Up, Duck. And what's up, Doc? Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice and inflict vulnerable for 1 turn. Prepared. Jaxxon attacks again, and if it is his turn, all prepared allies gain 25% turn meter for each attack. Synergies. Well, obviously, since he has prepared, he's going to work with Dash Rendar. But Dash Rendar starts all his scoundrel allies with prepared, meaning a fast out-the-gate Jaxxon can distribute a massive amount of turn meter to the entire team. Additionally, a Dash-led squad brings even more turn meter when Jaxxon critically hits, which he can do multiple times in a single turn. Is that a typo there? That kind of doesn't make sense. Even more TM with when? That doesn't sound grammatically smooth. Fact/clarity. Question. If Jaxxon is prepared, how does he do 3 or 4 instances of damage? Does attacks again mean deal physical damage twice again, or do 1 more instance of damage? Answer. Attacks again means he does the entire attack a second time, so 4 instances of damage. Special 1. Hop till you drop. Cooldown 3. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict off balance for 2 turns. Prepared. Stun target enemy for 1 turn. I guess that's cool, but I mean, stun is kind of a basic thing. To put that as part of, oh, you have to be prepared to do this is kind of lame. Synergies. Off balance gives a little bit more turn meter advantage to Jaxxon and company and rewards them for hitting enemies frequently, which Jaxxon does with his basic. As long as he's prepared. Facts and clarity. Off balance. What does that do? It does, you lose 10% health and 10% protection, 10% turn meter if damaged by an attack. And this is to off balance enemies. Yeah, okay. That's it though, only 10% health and 10% turn meter. I mean, I guess it's something, but I ain't that juicy. Fluffle Shuffle. Or is that supposed to be Fluffy Shuffle? Shuffle. Fluffle Shuffle. That doesn't look right for Fluffle. I don't know. Cooldown 4. Final attack. Final text. Deal physical damage to all enemies. If the enemy leader is Dark Side, this attack deals 20% more damage for each prepared ally. Otherwise, this attack heals 10% more damage for each... attack deals 10% more damage for each prepared ally. So, Jaxxon is the light side, but he requires a dark side leader. Granted, one of his tags was Bounty Hunter, right? Oh, nope, just Scoundrel, Smuggler, and Mercenary. However, a lot of the Bounty Hunters have Scoundrel and Smuggler, so I'm just thinking, some of the better Bounty Hunter leaders are dark side, so I guess that works. Like, Bosk, Boba, Django... Jeez, even what's her name? I'm drawing a blank, but like the half-bald girl with the long gun, and she's got that antenna thing, and basically she has a quick little cameo in Phantom Menace. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on her name. Not Zam Wessel, but the other one. She's got a decent leader ability, at least so that then you can get your payout pretty quickly. Anyway. Jaxxon has a 25% chance to use Blaster's Up Dock. If any version of Lando Calrissian is an active ally, this chance becomes 100% prepared. This attack can't be countered or evaded. Okay. I guess that's good when you're prepared that it's a guaranteed hit. Actually, it's a guaranteed hit to everybody because it says deal physical damage to all enemies. So, okay. Guaranteed hit on everyone. That's solid-ish. Synergies. Playing this ability in combination with Dash's AoE special ability makes for a very, very deadly combination right off the bat of the battle. It's gnarly. Oh, okay. Playing this ability in combination with Dash's AoE special ability makes for a very, very deadly combination right off the bat. It's gnarly? What? I only read that twice just because it felt ridiculous. Okay. Fact and clarity. The current Landos of the game are Lando Calrissian, Young Lando, and Skiff Guard Lando Calrissian. I forgot about Skiff Guard. I was thinking of only Lando and Young Lando. Skiff Guard, yep. I guess I don't think of him, though, because I exclusively use him under Jabba teams. So, he's not really somebody that I'm bopping around into a rebel team or whatever, you know what I mean? Anyhow, Unique 1, Starship Down, Zeta, and Omicron. The final text, Jaxxon has plus 20% critical chance, max health, and plus 20 speed. If any version of Lando is an active ally, Jaxxon and every version of Lando gain 50% critical chance, critical damage, max health, and all allies are immune to speed down for 1 turn. Oh, so if you have a Lando hanging out, then everybody becomes immune to speed down? It's only 1 turn, though. And speed down, I guess, ain't that critical either. And I don't know. It's just still kind of cool. You get like a bonus thing just for having a Lando on the team. This could be like a good home for, well, I guess either Lando, but more specifically, the Young Lando. Because for me, I don't use Young Lando. He's gear 12, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. He doesn't need to get beefier, because where would I put him? Where would I use him? I don't care. But this could kind of serve as a home to at least put him with Jaxxon under some kind of dark side leader, because, that's kind of what Jaxxon's kit requires. While Jaxxon is active, prepared allies have plus 50% defense. Whenever a prepared ally loses prepared, they gain 10% turn meter. Yeah, it's not that good. I guess, yeah, it's something. You lose prepared and you get that, but it's like, that's it, 10%, like, whoop-de-mother effing do. Whenever any ally version of Lando Calrissian uses a special ability, they dispel all debuffs on all allies, and all allies recover 20% health and protection. Okay. Ooh, and if you're using regular Lando, though, as long as he's getting crits, he can use his special back to back to back, each turn. So in a way, if that Lando was getting a lucky streak and he kept getting crits, then he could keep using that special ability every time he goes, and then you'd be constantly dispelling all debuffs on all allies, and everybody would be able to keep healing. So that's kind of cool. The other thing is maybe you just want to use a lot of Landos. That way then you can keep healing up and stuff. More characters on the team, that's more special abilities that they can be using, Anyway, the first time Jaxxon would be reduced to 1% health, he stealths for 2 turns and recovers 100% health and protection. Okay. So he's got, he almost has, the Mandalorian Creed thing that the that all the Mandalorians have, you know? Well, almost all of them. You know, like Jango, Boba, Mando, the original version, not Beskar armor, etc. How they die and then they come back. That's basically what he's got going on here. If all allies are scoundrels, whenever Jaxxon scores a critical hit, he gains 20% critical damage, stacking max 200% until the next time he doesn't critically hit. So, what? As long as he keeps critically hitting, then he can keep boosting his crit damage output? But then what happens when he doesn't critically hit? Does that mean that his crit damage output goes away, or does it stay where it was at? So, like, say you charge it up to 150%, and then he misses. Does it go back to baseline, or does it stay at that 150? I don't know. Anyways, the Omicron portion of this is, while in territory battles, scoundrel allies have plus 50% max health and max protection, and plus 50 speed. Whenever a prepared ally loses prepared, they gain prepared. Okay. That sounds a lot like Dash Rendar's Omicron in Grand Arena. Whenever a scoundrel ally gains prepared, they gain 30% bonus protection and defense penetration stacking until the end of battle. At the start of each encounter, scoundrel allies gain prepared if they didn't have it and take a bonus turn. Now, do they only get that bonus turn if they didn't have prepared and gained it? Or is it just saying at the start of each encounter, you basically get a bonus turn right out the gate? So it's like you have a 100% turn meter on your whole entire team. Just in general. Or, like I said, is it only if you just gained prepared? How does that work? Anyways, enemies defeated by scoundrel allies can't be revived. Okay, and if you get a whole team of scoundrels, that means your whole team is essentially deadly and nobody's going to be reviving. Now, does that... Yeah, that could actually work solidly against, like, a GL Leia team. You know, because her whole thing is when she goes ultimate, she can revive if she takes somebody out in your team. But with this, that wouldn't work. So you might be able to, depending on the composition of your team and the mods and all that, how high the relics are, etc., you might be able to take out like a GL Leia team using some kind of team with Jaxxon on it in territory battles or whatever this was for. Territory battles, yeah. I mean, I guess there are no GL Leia teams, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it would make it a lot easier. So if she goes ultimate and does take someone out, you don't have to worry about all that work you just put in just going down the drain. Anyways, synergies. If you couldn't tell by now, giving Jaxxon increased crit chance will crank up not only his allies' TM from his basic, but his special will skyrocket the damage on those crits. While using Jaxxon and friends on offense, make sure you're going up against enemies who can be crit. Oh, and like most territory battle Omicrons, Jaxxon's is basically an I win button for easy clears and combat missions. He is also a lot more potent of a damage dealer when he is first in line at the buffet, so we give him a little bit of speed, but made sure nobody can cut him in line at the start of battle with a 1-turn speed down immunity. Yeah, so this is kind of complicated. It seems like maybe this recommended mods would be speed mods and critical chance mods. That way then you can kind of capitalize as best as you can on this kit. But the problem is the speed mods, you need 4 of them to get the boost, or at least critical chance, it's only 2. So I almost feel like you're better off putting all his mods as critical chance, so then you can get a real serious boost and really be hitting those crits repeatedly and consistently and guaranteedly. Anyways, let's see what the community thinks. Do they have anything funny to say or good to say? You've been reading my Reddit, haven't you? I've been calling for this OG for the longest time. The 70s Marvel comics representing Karthik, yeah, whatever. Nobody cares about you. I don't know about this one. It is ridiculously random. I feel you. At the same time, I guess that's the whole point. Again, it's supposed to be myths and legends, but, like, it's just random. And it's not even, like, with good teams. Smugglers, scoundrels, and what? Like, it's not like it's with rebels or rebel fighters or something at least decent. It's just weird, random misfits. CG, we started out strong, but you're losing me with this and Stormtrooper. Bring it home with number 6. Yeah, I feel you. Jaxxon and that Ronin is probably number 6. That's not that cool either. And Stormtrooper, I mean, we got the Grinch and Swiggle before Ninnub. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of earlier when I said he looks like. Oh no, I said Grinch. Never mind. Since I don't know what I thought I said, but I said Bugs Bunny, which is funny because they did model him after Bugs Bunny. I was just saying that because of the ears. I didn't realize I was actually correct. There's some Russian here. Convention. Bucky O'Hare looking character. Don't know who that is. What's his team comp going to be? Well, you know, at least he wants a dark side leader. And he wants a, what's his name? He wants a dark side leader and he wants a Lando. So you know at least those three right there. Him, a Lando, and dark side leader. Now as far as the other one, I don't know. Or other two, I mean, who knows. But with his other synergies, obviously you want... Oh yeah, and Dash Rendar. Wait, Dash Rendar's not dark side though. So you need a dark side leader, Dash Rendar, I guess, just hanging out in the team in general. Jaxxon, a version of Lando, maybe two Landos then. Use the original Lando that was Rebel, and then use young Lando. And there's your team, I guess? Maybe? Easter Bunny and Smiggle before GTA 6. Yeah, it's not really Easter Bunny, he's green. No way Jazz Rabbit made it to Star Wars. Not sure who Jazz Rabbit is. Well, anyways, goofy as F, but there it is, Jaxxon. One of the myths and legends. And I think at this point I only have one kit reveal left, and that is the Ronin. So yeah, thanks for checking this one out with me, and after this upload should be Ronin. So yeah, maybe check that one out too, and yeah, I guess that's it. See ya.